As we begin this series working with rational expressions, one of the first things we need to learn how to do is find out which rational expressions can we work with. And how to determine that, we need to look at its denominator. And its denominator can be valid for any number except for when it crashes, when the denominator becomes 0. And so we're going to look at two examples right here. The first example, 6x plus 12 over 7x minus 28. This one's valid for all x's except when the denominator becomes a 0. And to find that out, let's find out what x makes this crash. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 7x minus 28, the denominator, and set it equal to 0. And then remembering some of the algebra from previous times, I'm going to add 28 to both sides. And to get x by itself, I'm going to divide now both sides by 7. And 28 divided by 7 is 4. So what I found out, I didn't find the answer to this rational expression. There was no equal sign. I'm just simplifying and looking at the rational expression to find out where is it valid at. And it's telling me that when x equals 4, this expression, the denominator, becomes 0. And dividing by 0 is not a good thing. So which x makes this crash? X equals 4. Our second example, 2x plus 6 over x squared plus 3x minus 10. Likewise, where does the denominator become 0? Or what are the x's that make the denominator become 0? Well, we have something here that I can't tell by just looking at it. Doing some simple algebra is not going to help. But what I need to do is go ahead and factor this and see if it does factor, and if so, factors cleanly. So x squared plus 3x minus 10, I'm going to set that entire statement equal to 0. And then I think what I'll do is I'm going to see if it factors. And factors of negative 10 that add up to a positive 3 look like a positive 5 and a negative 2. And if I remember, for this entire statement to equal 0, either this term has to be 0 or this term has to be 0. So I'm going to look at the first one, x plus 5 equals 0. That's true when x is a negative 5. And the second one, x minus 2 equals 0. That's true when x equals positive 2. So the solutions or the values of x that make this rational expression crash is when x equals 2 or x equals negative 5.